holding more hearings in the future, and opening up Congress in general. That's my YAP statement. Thrilling stuff going on. We got a whole another 2 people in the audience. Wow. Alright, guys. What do we think of what do we think of Taco Bell? I'm throwing out the important questions at the moment because there's a flame war going on in general about it. Wow, some amazing things going on in the studio as well. Oh, wow, we got some hand raises. We got some hand raises in the audience. Oh my god.
I would like to speak about this Taco Bell debacle.
Yeah. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So, so I think that Taco Bell is racist because they created a Mexican pizza, and Mexican pizza was created by the white man at the Taco Bell executive office.
You know,
I
the
think it's
Mexican
cultural
pizza, they have to
appropriation. I think
it's
it's
not an
cultural appropriation. Well, you guys don't agree? It's a scam. I think I don't think the Italians would like this.
Wow. Brave. Brave.
It depends how deep your deep dish is, to be honest. I think like your Chicago deep dish, like that is definitely like, I don't know, I guess you could say casserole, whatever you call it, but
I don't know, I'm not a fan where it's, like, all sauce, like,
but
not
I like a thin pizza.
yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you're gross, get outta here.
Yeah, doughy pizza, I feel like it's like, I don't, it could be like undercooked pizza. I'll pass on that.
What's up, guys? I'm sure like half of you know me. I know Lord Vito's knows me. Okay. Now McSpider, reporter for The Onion. I don't know if you've seen our news stories recently, but if you read them recently, we talked about the Mexican pizza and a fucking, what's it called? Pineapple on pizza. What is your opinion on that? It is absolutely horrible. Well, one person I know who supposedly, allegedly likes pineapple on pizza. Impossible. Me personally, impossible. But allegedly, Tea Soups likes pineapple on pizza. And on top of that, she likes Mexican pizza. And I can just say, as a Mexican myself, I can very much say Mexican pizza is not fucking Mexican, nor is it pizza. What is your opinion on that? Taco Bell. Taco Bell is not. I will not classify it as Mexican food. It is classified as Tex-Mex. Just like if you go to a Mexican restaurant down the road and you get enchiladas, that's Tex-Mex. Fucking carne asada, that's fucking Tex-Mex. Come on. I love you. Whoa, hold up. Now, you see, I can fuck up some fried chicken now. Go to Popeyes, give me some spicy fried chicken. Yeah, it's fucking fried chicken. Fried chicken is fried chicken. Come on, man. Come on. Get your fucking facts straight. Fried chicken. All I can say. I think the fried chicken redeems it all. Oh, brother, not this guy. Not this Lord Doritos guy. Man. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
Death.
Hi, Lord Doritos.
Hello, Nutmeg. Okay, so I just want to say on the subject of Tex-Mex, who here has ever been to the border, the U.S.-Mexico border, and had authentic Mexican food compared to Tex-Mex?
I have never left the country.
I'm not saying you got to leave the country. I'm just asking, have you ever been to the border?
Where the Tex meets the Mex, the border.
Exactly. He knows what's going on. Who did that?
Me, I did that.
That was Nutmeg. Not really. I don't know if I have much authority here, considering I'm from the opposite end of the country.
Oh, okay.
That's very real. I just want to say, if you have never been and had actual Mexican food, like at the border type shit, bro, what gives you the authority to talk on Mexican food versus Tex-Mex?
Is that directed towards me?
Generally, not just you.
Well, I don't know, honestly. Really. I feel like there's only a select few who can say, I have had authentic Mexican food. But even then, who's to say what is authentic Mexican food?
Understandable.
That's a true question.
Also, I gotta ask, who's to say what the Capitol Police can and cannot do as a function while protecting a member of Congress? There's nothing that says my boy VXWJ has to be on team. I'm just throwing that out there. Because apparently we're hurting a lot of people's feelings with this. But I don't really care.
As another person who signs VXWJ's paycheck, I would like him here.
Exactly. So I'm just going to throw out here that everybody who's crying about it can cope and eat me. Okay? I don't care.
Eat you? On the subject of food, would you say that you are a 1 out of 10 on the edible chart? Come on, 10 being very edible.
I think I'm a little bit of a snack. Okay, I think I'm just a little bit. I mean,
just
hello,
a little bit.
You see this hair? You see this hair?
Okay, but
Look
don't
at
you
that.
think
Look
the
at
hair would get in the way of that? Like, I'm eating my food. I don't want to be getting no fucking hair in my mouth because that's just fucking terrible compliments to the chef. Come on, man. Get that
That's
shit
that
straight.
extra. It's nutrition, bro. What are you
That's
talking
fucking nutrition.
about?
You
That's
think
the
I want to be?
nutrition
You
and
think I want to be
seasoning,
eating my
bro.
fucking human flesh and I get
Bro, how white are you to not know what flavor is, bro?
How
Come
white
on,
am
come
I?
on.
How dare you? How fucking dare you? I am a Mexican. I am a mixed Mexican. How dare you assume?
I don't think you are, bro, because apparently you're saying you
How
don't know what flavor
dare
is.
you assume and make these wild accusations?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
One of your
That is
own
right.
Capitol Police.
That is right. Bro, what the fuck just happened to me?
I cannot believe this.
That is right. You know what? Actually, if you're a Mexican, you know what? Show me your license and registration.
What?
Let me see that license and registration, boss.
Joke's on you. I ain't got a license and I ain't got a registration.
So you're illegal?
No.
All right. You know what? I'm going to be contacting President T Soup.
No.
We're going to have.
Please do. I would
I'm
like
part
to.
of White House staff.
I would like to get T
I've been
Soups up
pardoned.
here. I think that would be.
I've been pardoned. I'm part of White House staff. If you didn't know, I'm part of White House staff.
See what happens when U.S. Capitol Police isn't protecting the building?
Yep.
Just throwing that out there.
All I'm hearing come out of this guy is yap in one ear and yap out the other.
Bro, what the fuck is a nutmeg spider?
Fuck you mean with the nutmeg? The fucking spice?
Is that compared
spider,
to a cinnamon spider? A cinnamon spider, a black pepper spider, a salt spider? What are we getting at here?
Yeah, I guess you could fucking compare to. Yeah, I guess you could compare to nutmeg spider.
I want you to show me.
Nutmeg being a seasoning.
I want you to show me.
Or some sort of fucking
I want you to show me what a nutmeg spider is compared to.
I think I might just let this go on for an hour, honestly.
Look up.
Please do, bro. Please do.
Look up the seasoning nutmeg.
Come on, bro. But how does that make it a spider? Are we talking like arts and crafts, bro? Did you take a bunch of nutmeg and put it into the shape of a spider and bake it? Is that what you did?
I guess I did, huh? Yeah, I guess I did.
Did your mommy tell you did a good job?
What's up? No, but your mommy did. Your mommy told me I did a good job. She told me that last night.
She has pretty low standards, so I mean,
what's up with the name
not
Laura
much of a
Doritos?
surprise.
Is it Laura Doritos? Like, what's up for that, man? Come on.
No, it's not.
Did you take a Rito, like a fajito, and make it in the shape of a Lord? What the fuck is that? Come on, man.
No, bro. Listen, bro. If you were an OG, you would remember.
I'm not an
or a few years ago when there was the MLG montage parody type shit, bro. You would know.
Oh, those were the best.
But clearly you're not enough of an OG to figure out where it's from, bro.
Okay. OG my ass.
I don't think that you're as much of an OG as I thought you were, Nutmeg. You know what? I think
what do you mean by OG? Like a Noosa OG or like my actual age? What's happened in this group for like 2 weeks?
Bro. Exactly, bro. Get on my level. Get on my level.
I'm sorry I haven't been in a Lego group for multiple years. My bad.
You should be. You should apologize to Night Galadel himself for your failures to this community. That is right.
I apologize. Yeah, I apologize.
You should. And you know what? I want you to come down here to the news studio in game and apologize to the people for leading them on like this.
I will not be doing that. I will be doing.
What, you don't think the people deserve truth? You don't think that the people deserve the truth to know?
News to the Onion. God bless the
people
Onion.
Don't deserve
God bless
to
me.
know?
God bless America.
All right, let's get some new callers up here. If you want to be brought up, raise your hand. I'm filling in for John of Doom, who is currently wandering around in a bathrobe with no memory of who he is.
That's very real.
All right.
Bro, this makes me want to bring C-SPAN back.
You should, honestly. I'd love to have more competition.
I don't even know if the group still exists, dude.
GDK Fonzo, you're being invited up here.
What's up, guys? I'm Nutmeg Spider. I'm new to Noosa, and I'm here to talk crap. Some more crap that Lord Ritos. Anyways, as I was saying, how are you guys today?
I think I'm doing well.
You think? What makes you think that? Come on, spill the tea. Come on.
I
Talk
mean,
to
we've
me.
got a nice audience here. It might not be much, but I do say it's a nice audience. Lively spirited debate. What else could you ask for a Doom Live?
You can't have.
Well, this
Doom
is
Live
Doom Live with 100% less Doom.
Yeah, you can't have Doom Live without Doom. You know
what if we had like 20% Doom? Would that be okay?
That would be okay. If we can get the 20% of him to agree.
Does he have DID? Is there like 5 little Dooms in there, and we just got to kind of pick one?
I still haven't figured that out completely, and I've been working with him on FTN for like 4 years now, so.
That's very understandable.
Anyways, I have a question to ask you, Jake.
All right. Fire away.
Do you fuck with the Onion, and do you fuck with my news stories?
Oh, they're hilarious. I love them.
Oh, thank you. I very much. You know, I'm getting my own talk show eventually. Yeah.
Meg, I have a question for you.
What is your question, Lord Ritos?
Do you remember the article I suggested you write with the image from the other day regarding the Capitol Police officers and the gingerbread man?
Yes.
Are you working on that?
Yeah, I do got to get to work on that, actually. I have, like,
good.
a few news stories lined up, but I'm trying to think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean you would not watch an Onion talk show? Not even if I hosted it, huh? Not even if
I'd watch it because I know half of the dialogue is just going to be you saying, "Okay, guys, my name is Nutmeg Spider.
Okay, guys,
I have the talking stick."
Who wants to play the stick game? Okay, my name's Nutmeg Spider, and I have the talking stick.
Bro, if you were here, I'd arrest you. On God, I'd arrest you, bro.
Okay, no. So my idea for my talk show, I'm gonna have John up there with me. Not John of Doom, different John. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have him come up there with me, and we're gonna do like a co-host thing, and I'm just gonna be asking random questions to random people. Tune in for that. Tune in for that, guys. Tune in for that. You wanna come up, Doritos? You wanna come share their chapter?
What was that?
All right, let's. I want to get your thoughts on the recent GM report while you're up here, because I want to circle back to the main topic that we were going to be discussing today. Was that GM report? I want to get your initial thoughts on that.
Is that directed towards me or Lord Ritos?
Any of you guys are.
I'm gonna let Lord Ritos talk about that.
Who all other than me was here for that? Anybody?
I was.
So here's my concern, right? I don't really blame Pea Soup specifically for what happened. I think that she just kind of got dragged into what Gobies was doing. Gobies, however. Now, can you tell me under what circumstance it's ever okay to sit there and spawn arrest members of Congress or the Capitol Police officers who are literally just standing there? Gobies actually arrested me literally for just standing on the floor of the Senate. He engaged, or his people engaged
Senator
with my
Mr. Chu, who was invited up here. May I add? He said that
I also got arrested.
That his caucus is considering impeachment.
So
would you support
briefly,
impeachment?
I have to go very, very fast, but in the end, no matter your opinion on Tea Soups, I think we can all agree what Gobies did that day was wrong. I was one of the ones who was expelled very briefly. I wasn't even notified I was expelled. I literally just got stripped from the Trello.
You see my name tag, right? In the Discord. I can say this. No. I do not think what Gobies did was correct. Okay? He did something wrong, right? And it's not going unnoticed.
And he should be held accountable for it.
And he will be. Everybody is in agreement. Gobies should be held accountable for this.
I mean, there was a few things going on, right? So on my end, Gobies, for some reason, thought that he was like the manager of the Capitol Police. He tried to order my people to arrest members of Congress, and we told him no. First off, I don't answer to you. Secondly, I'm not going to sit here and attack the people I am charged with protecting. So there's that.
And then they appointed Cabot Sergeant of Arms,
right.
and Cabot just arrested everybody anyway. Okay, I gotta go. I'm sorry. Final thoughts. Gobi will be facing accountability.
All right. So
TLDR, Gobi's bad.
TLDR, I'm basically the GOAT.
FTN, we have full video of the full incident.
Peters, can you get Menyatta off my head?
Would you guys like to watch that video, or because it is a long video? We have a video of the full incident.
The Cherry Dearest video?
I don't think it's relevant.
Okay.
The Cherry Dearest video? Is that what you're referring to?
I'm pretty sure it might be the Cherry Dearest video.
So first off, the Cherry Dearest video is not the entire incident. There was a good bit that was missing on both ends of that, but it did get the gist of it. So, I mean, it's 40 minutes with no audio. I think with a group of people commentating it, it might not be too bad. But yeah, playing it on stream with little to no audio probably isn't a good idea.
Yeah, you're right. Anyways, let's try to get more people up here. I got a ping in general chat. Let's see who it is. Who pinged me?
I did.
Ah.
I'm kidding.
Ah, okay. Right now, we got a pretty active crowd in our studio. I'm gonna see if I can get Zilvain up here. I think Zilvain's always fun.
No.
Hold on, gentlemen. We're going to escalate here for a second.
What are we doing?
We're escalating things. Hold on.
You can always escalate things.
Hello, we've got Zilvain up here. Zilvain?
Yeah, hello? Hello?
Hello. Welcome. You're live on
Hello
FTN
there.
News Doom Live. 100%
Live
less
on
Doom.
FTN. Hello, everyone. Hello?
You were just
100%
talking.
less Doom. I agree.
First off, I want to get your thoughts on the GM report that was just revealed and released.
You want my actual thoughts or the thoughts of I have to give? Like I'm forced to give? Which one do you want?
Which one will not get you banned?
The thoughts I'm forced to give.
Okay, let's go with the actual thoughts then.
We're not going to do that. I don't want to get banned.
I'll
be back. Hold on.
If you get T in the chat, no.
Okay.
Look, it's very indicative of Adam and Adam trying to protect pea soups and gobies. He's been doing it this whole time. Look at the report. 2 of 3 scenarios are against conviction, and he's going, oh, we're just going to step back. We're just not going to do anything. Like, cunt. Dog. You fucking dog cunt. Look, 2 out of 3 say no convict. If the glove doesn't fit, right, if the no convict don't fit, then you must acquit. We must acquit.
Oh, how
is he guilty?
He's rhyming.
How is he guilty? I do not see how he's guilty, and the only reason... Sorry. a little sick still. The only reason that Adam Strap-on is against reinstating Tony is because T has a nomination up right now that will be declined tomorrow at session. If it is on the agenda, it will be declined. No justice will ever pass my Senate, and I am the Senate. Quote me on that. Original quote, I am the Senate. No justice will ever pass my Senate that is nominated by T unless she meets some very specific demands, and she has failed to do so.
What are you
And can we talk about how Gobies is trying to host sessions at 3 p.m. on a school day? This is unreasonable. 3 p.m. on a school day, half the kids that play the game are still in school. Half of them only finish at 3, so I don't understand how that's a reasonable time.
Yeah, that is actually
question.
that does seem pretty annoying. As if I were a senator, I would be pretty mad about that.
Yeah, it is annoying.
I also want to get your thoughts. We were just discussing this, the incident with Gobies. You know, the whole late night session incident, all that. I'm pretty sure
Gobies is an interesting person. See, Gobies is corrupt. Gobies has always been manipulative. He's done it his whole life. I mean, even when he was a baby, like, he would cry, right? He would cry as a baby to, like, get someone to pick him up and, like, you know, give him a bottle of milk or something. I mean, that is manipulative.
Bro, how does that... Wait, are you implying that all babies are manipulative?
I mean, he's got a point.
No, just specifically Gobies. I mean, he's been doing it since
implying that all babies are manipulative, bro.
He's been doing it now his whole life. How can we trust this man? But on a serious note, no, I think he's corrupt. He shouldn't have vacated seats. He knows he can't. But he is so deep in the hole, he's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep digging himself till he hits bedrock. I mean, he's going to go through the bedrock for you Minecrafters out there. As a reference. So, frankly, I think he's corrupt. And I dislike him. I'm sure he dislikes me.
Why would he dislike
And he's currently working with doxers in the community, but we don't talk about that, do we?
Let's talk about that.
Mr. Jacobs?
I want to... another senator from your caucus, Mr. Chu, suggested impeachment. Do you agree with that? Do you think that would be the right course of action?
Mr. Gobies, the vice president, the president of the Senate, Gobies, violated the Constitution multiple times. Not only did he vacate senator seats illegally, he failed to host a session last week. There's a 7-day period where he has to host a session. He failed to host the session on that week. The Constitution is very clear. And you could argue that the Senate was brought back, blah, 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 earlier. The Senate was never adjourned properly. And I disagree with their notion that the Senate was adjourned. He never hosted last week.
All right, let's try to get more people up here. Slim pickings today. Okay. Okay, we can't get T-Soups up here, but we do have a statement. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Therefore,
so will you please pronounce that letter?
Okay, I'm back.
A communist.
Why are you saying it like so aggressive?
I'm not a communist.
H.
I don't know, man. That sounds pretty un-American to me. But you are right regarding Gobi, so I'm going to give you a pass on this one this time.
I will say, in my union, my workers' union that I'm a part of, it doesn't make me sound less like a communist. I am a part of the Queer Caucus, and they're actual communist on it, and it's really disturbing. Because they come in with, like, really delusional ideas, and I'm trying to be like, okay, commie, alright, but that's really unpractical and delusional.
Well,
maybe I am a communist. No, I'm not.
You're a communist? You heard it here first.
I want to make a promise to everyone on stream right now, and this is directly to President T-Soup. I vow not to impeach T-Subs for about half a month. She has half a month to fix her fucking act. Rubies is going. So I can't vow not to impeach. I vow not to convict, right? She is getting impeached. We will convict Gobies, regardless. If he is impeached, I don't know if he is. I mean, Clark might do it, he might not. Sounds will. And Gobies is going. The second I go vote, he's gone. He is not necessarily going to go immediately. I feel bad for T. I feel bad for her, right? Because I believe T has been manipulated by Cabot and Gobies to do the things she's doing. Which is disgusting.
That was kind of what I was thinking.
It's wrong. And I'm giving her half a month till the next election to fix her act. And if we still are not satisfied, then we're going to have to go through with proceedings and check, did she violate the law? You know, is this valid? And convict her. That's where we stand. I don't want to impeach her or convict her. I think she could be a good person, potentially, perhaps, after you get through multiple layers. I mean, once you get them, I'm sure she could be a good person. But Gobies has to go. Gobies is not good. Gobies is wrong.
We have a response from Gobies to your statement just about now.
I just want to say, Gobies, before you say that, when you hear this statement, remember, this is the statement of a communist with
Australian
Mao
twinks do
on
not
his
real
profile picture. This is a communist that is speaking. So go ahead.
Okay, what voice should I read this in? Should I give Gobies a funny voice or no?
Yeah, do it in a communist Chinese voice.
No, I'm not getting canceled today.
That's what he is.
Australian twinks do not rule Noosa. Zervain will have to figure that out.
You say it again.
Australian twinks do not rule Noosa. Zervain will have to figure that out.
Where was this statement made?
This was in general chat.
Alright, Gobies, please don't call me a twink. You are sexualizing me. I don't appreciate your sexual harassment. I'm reporting Mr. Gobies' sexual harassment in the general chat. Unfortunately, it's in the logs. Normal logs, you could delete it if you want. We're not going to be. I'm not going to accept that type of abuse from Gobies, unfortunately.
Let me try to get Gobies up here.
Okay,
Gobies has a prior commitment.
Yes,
why do you keep mass deleting all of your messages in general?
Rathusen stalks messages, and so one day I decided it'd be funny if I deleted them all, and he came in the chat.
My goat, Rathusen does not do that. He does not do that.
Literally every friend of mine
from the allegation,
that I know, he has brought up, oh, look at their messages, so now I delete them all. So then I'm doing it every day. By the end of every day, I pretty much purge all my messages.
You are not nonchalant.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
No, you are not nonchalant.
Go find something. It's all in the logs. Get a mod to look.
No. Free my goat from the allegations.
What?
What?
Rathusen stalks messages, and by that I mean he goes, look how many you've sent. I can bring up probably 5 or 10 times he's done it.
Do it. Name 5 times.
Right now?
Right now.
Right, let's take a look.
Now, just to provide a little bit of a distraction, I have a question for everybody here. Now it's a serious question, okay? Make no mistake, but it's not Noosa politics related. How do you guys feel in the great grocery store debate? Are you team Publix, team Kroger, team Piggly Wiggly, where do you stand in the great grocery store debate?
I've never heard of any of them except for public.
HEB.
The hell
Come
is
on,
Piggly
HEB.
Wiggly?
Have you?
What the fuck?
Now you shut your mouth. Don't you ever
Yeah,
disrespect
no.
Piggly Wiggly
What
again.
is Piggly?
Is
However,
this some like Florida
who
thing?
here?
What is Piggly Wiggly?
It's actually a southeast thing, Broad
No,
Lake.
it's not. I have never heard of a fucking Piggly Wiggly.
Well, do you live under a rock?
It's a Piggly Wiggly, dude.
Oh, yeah,
It's a grocery store.
No, I've
Like a Winn
I've
Dixie.
never-
Do you know what a Winn Dixie is?
No, I don't.
Do you know what a Food Lion is?
No.
No,
I know
don't.
what that is. That's a North Carolina thing.
Okay, exactly. See? You know what an
Wait, there's
Ingles is?
actually a Piggly. There's actually one of those stores near me. Never heard of it though.
Shout out to Market Basket.
So
Piggly,
all right.
Piggly.
Starting from we're gonna do Nutmeg's talking stick game, okay?
Oh yeah.
Great, Jake.
Okay.
Great,
okay.
Jake. I'm gonna give you the talking stick first. What is your favorite grocery store?
That's a tough
You
one.
ruined it. You ruined it.
Go with Aldi.
So why was I mentioned?
Understandable.
Oh, Zovan had something
Good
to say
question. I
about
don't
you.
know.
What Rathusen?
Zovan?
What's up?
Rathusen constantly goes and checks how many.
Why do you send messages and then
plutocrats
delete
send.
them? I just want to know why you're deleting.
Yeah,
everything
no.
you
We
said.
need a good
I'm going to
explanation
delete
of why
everything
you send them and then delete.
at the end
Why?
of
Why
this
do you
day.
delete it? I'm not harassing you. I'm just asking.
What's the
It's just a
problem?
question.
What's the problem?
There's no problem. I'm just asking a question.
I don't want to answer you.
You don't want to answer.
Why
it?
not?
You don't want to answer. It.
Well, hear me out. You're not.
Why do you
Why can't I
harass
answer?
people? Why do you harass people and threaten impeachment and say all kinds of crazy shit and then delete it the next day? Like, what was the point
I'm
of doing
going
that
to
in the first
continue
place?
to delete stuff and do that.
Yeah, because you're a pussy. That's why you can't stand on business.
Oh,
I
Rathusen
agree.
is corrupt. Glad he
Corrupt
resigned.
how?
He was
Corrupt
appointed
how? How am I
illegally.
corrupt? Go
He
ahead
should
and
have never
explain
been
without deleting
appointed.
it. You can say it over
Everyone
voice. You
knows
can't
that
do
he
that
was
over
illegally
voice.
appointed to the Senate and that he's the shittest candidate in
What are you
all of
talking
New
about? I was
South.
appointed on
His time
August
in the
10th.
Senate,
It is.
he literally
I was
did.
appointed on
gentlemen,
He
you
did
need to have personal
nothing.
insults. Can we please?
Rathusen
Yeah,
I was
please.
appointed
One at
on
a
the
time.
10th. I was appointed
Nothing.
before your shitty little incident, okay? I don't know what you're talking
Rathusen.
about. I was appointed before
Okay,
you
but
were
your seat
there.
was occupied before that. Do you not understand?
No, it wasn't. What are you talking
Mr.
about? Me and
Rathu-
Sheriff
alright.
Tom were appointed on the same day.
Alright, why do you sound like that, Rathusen? You're getting upset. You're getting
You're
angry.
great.
Yeah,
You're
because
a
you're being a
Brit.
retard. I wasn't
Californian
appointed
accent.
illegally.
Your little Californian accent when
You're
you
a
get
Brit.
angry
You're
goes
a
real
Brit.
high pitched.
You're a
I'm
Brit.
not from
You
You're a
calm
Brit.
California.
down.
You're a Brit. You're a
Oh,
Brit.
I don't know
You're a Brit.
American
You're
accents.
a
Why don't
Brit.
we pull
Calm
up the,
down, guys.
the Senate records?
Gentlemen.
Okay?
Can we please be civil here? Come on.
I agree, Mr. Ritos. I agree. We
Go
don't need
look
to
in
get
general.
Rathusen.
Go look in
First
general.
off, next
Not
time you
appointed
call me
illegally.
Mister, I'm going to spawn arrest you.
I
but
was
that's
not
besides the
appointed
point.
illegally.
Is it Miss?
You are a retard. I was not appointed
Whoa,
illegally.
let's
Okay?
not go
Get
there.
the facts
Whoa,
right.
Whoa,
Get the
I'm a
facts right,
what? I'm a
moron.
what,
whoa,
Rathusen?
whoa.
I'm a what? I'm a
That's
what?
right.
Say
You
it
can't
again,
say things
Rathusen.
and then delete them now because
Say
you're
it
in a
again.
voice call. You
Say it
bumbling little
again.
retard.
Say it again,
Whoa.
Rathusen. What am I?
You're a retard. That's what you are.
Alright,
That is uncalled for. Get him off the air, Jakers. We can't have that speech on the air. That is
Okay, yeah.
disgusting and wrong.
let's not do that, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
Is there a
let's
mod in the
not.
chat? Can we please? I'd like to report that, Mr. Carolina Law. That is disgusting. That kind of conduct should never
North
be allowed.
Carolina
in
law
Noosa.
is
We're not
favorite
gonna let that
law.
conduct on air.
Calling me the R word. The R word. Really? Do I deserve the R word?
Retard? Is you a retard?
Who said that?
That is
To be
disgusting.
fair,
That-
To be fair,
That
you
is
are from
disgusting.
Australia, so I can understand a little bit of the confusion, but it's still not okay.
Rathusen is upset because I talk shit and then I delete it a day later so he can't screenshot it all. Yeah, of course,
Okay, but
Rathusen.
now-
Screenshot it when I send
Let
it,
me-
and you can keep
Now let me-
the record of it.
Hold up. Now,
Oh,
let me ask you something. We're going to be civil about this.
Yes, Ritos.
If it's something you need to delete, why say it if you're not going to stand by it? I think that's
Well,
what
I
he's
don't-
trying to get at.
I don't need to delete it per se. Like shit talking a Dremmy. I don't need to delete that. I stand by
Welcome
that.
up here,
Fuck it,
Oliver.
Remy. However,
Hello.
I
Hello,
do think
it's
it was
great to
quite
be here.
rude.
Oh my God, it's
And I
Oliver.
do feel.
Oliver.
What's up,
Thank
Go?
you,
What's
thank
up,
Oliver,
you,
Go? What's
thank
up,
you,
Go?
thank you.
I don't think it was
And
quite rude.
Xavier,
think
why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut your mouth
Come on,
immediately?
you shut up and get a bottle of water, Oliver. You sound
No,
British. Please stop.
No. You sound
Please
fucking
stop,
Australian. You sound Australian.
And
How
that
about
makes
that?
me wonderful. I sound amazing.
No. That's false.
I'm a little sick right now, but
Oh,
I
you're
do sound great.
Australian? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm just a little sick, so I probably sound a bit icky. It's okay.
No, you
Look,
always
the
sound.
facts.
You always sound icky. Don't
All
worry.
right, well, Oliver, you don't mean that.
I do.
We know the truth. I know the truth. You don't mean that. I sound great. Everyone knows I sound great.
No.
I sound the greatest. That's what they say. They say I sound
Nobody
the
says
greatest. They've
that,
always said
okay?
that.
Yeah.
Everyone says
Said
that.
literally
Okay,
only
Nobody
you.
says
Donald.
that.
Now, Zovane, how do
I'm
you
the
feel
greatest.
about
They say I'm the
furries?
greatest.
A lot of people say I'm a furry. I'm actually
No,
not.
I'm not. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, how do you feel about them? Do you consider them?
Right. I'm not a furry, just to clarify.
Yes, you are. Yes, you
Whoa,
are.
we never said you were.
I'm
Whoa. We never said you
not.
were a furry. Why would you have to say you're not a furry in the
No,
first place?
Whoa.
I feel like that's kind of
I
sketchy.
Hey,
deny
whoa,
the
whoa.
allegation.
I feel like that's
deny
kind of,
the
you know, like
allegation.
already
Now,
stated.
Zovane,
Oh, no.
Mr. Zovane.
No.
Hold
I
on,
never
Nutmeg.
said that
Nutmeg,
you
I
were.
got this, bro. Zovane, does your mother know you're a furry?
I'm not a furry, and I deny the
Yes,
allegations.
you are.
What do I think of furries? I've cut
You can-
ties with most furries. The only
Xavier,
furry
I
I've recently spoken
have a really
to
serious
is
question
Ash.
for you. I have a really serious
Yeah.
question for you. What do you
Yes,
think about
Mick.
what do you think about married men with kids who pretend they're straight and are actually gay online and run for Roblox president?
Sorry?
Honey.
I don't know anyone who meets that criteria.
Godsend.
Could you give
sorry.
me a name? Who?
Sorry.
Could you give me a full name?
Adam.
No, I can't. I'm sure you can figure out who.
Adam.
You said
Oh, no,
God said. Well, what's that mean? Who? Oh,
You know,
are you talking about George?
here's the question: how do you feel about married men with kids approaching people online? Men
Are you
online?
talking about Paul JKL?
No, we are not talking.
Who are we talking about? Look,
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Paul
it's-
JKL for a minute.
I don't think. So, Oliver, let me ask you this: why does it matter if he's a man? Are you saying if a married woman with kids did it, it would be okay? The way
That's
being
right.
specific
There's
about a
sexism
man.
here. That's right.
It's
sounds
a
quite
generalization.
sexist.
It's a generalization.
I'm not going to put up with your sexual allegation, well, remarks. Sorry, it wasn't
Well,
an
Exovine,
allegation.
shut the
it was a
fuck
remark.
up, please. Thank
I'm
you.
not going to put up with that. I think it's disgusting and wrong. And if
Exovine,
you're gonna,
Exovine,
What do you think about married
man.
men with a newborn baby running for Roblox president?
You know what?
Yeah,
I
they
will-
could do it. We
I
all
have
have
a-
our
I-
hobbies. We're all a part of this group, and bringing in real life situations into a
I have a
Roblox
statement.
game is disgusting and wrong. And I think anyone who does it is a piece of shit. I mean, keep his real life out of this.
Married
Keep it in the game.
married men with kids are disgusting.
No, I
Thank
have
you.
a statement on that.
I mean, I'm just willing. You know what? Let me add on to that.
No,
Men
you
in
have any
general
kids,
are
Oliver? Are
disgusting.
you
Them
married?
being married doesn't matter. Oliver, is that a fair statement to make? I said men in general are disgusting. It doesn't matter whether or not they're married. Would you say that's a fair statement, Oliver?
That would be a fair statement.
Oliver
Thank
is
you.
a sex. You know, we all knew that from the start, Oliver.
So, Oliver, I want to get your
Wow.
thoughts on the new GM report. Your initial thoughts on that, on the GM report.
I think well, actually, quite a lot of the information on it is actually wrong, which I thought was quite funny. According to that, I'm not an appointed senator, even though I am an appointed senator. So it's not worth the piece of paper it's on, but I also appreciate that the GMs have not stepped in.
Exovine, can I ask you the same question one more time, hoping that you actually give me a reasonable answer?
Yeah.
Why do you keep on deleting your messages?
Well, like just then.
Yeah, why do you keep on deleting your messages?
I'm gonna keep deleting them.
Why?
I'm just gonna.
He's learned
Is
from
it
his best
Oh,
friend.
no. Why do you care if he deletes his messages so bad? Are you trying to frame
It's
him?
weird.
Or make
I don't have to do that. I'm doing it right now. Literally,
Okay, but
they're all gone.
you still haven't answered my question. Now, Mr. Zovan, I want a yes or no. Are furries
Okay.
people?
That's a very nuanced question. There's a lot
It's
of
a yes or no, please, sir.
there's
Yes
a
or
lot
no.
that goes
Furries
into
people.
answering the question.
Can we get a yes or no?
Well, let me bring
Give me
this
the
up.
I don't
They
think
allowed
it's very.
furries on the
I don't think there's a lot of nuance
moderators
there.
able.
Hello?
Work with the fur community to help these people. And oftentimes they
He just
can be
called them
helped,
people. Ladies and
but
gentlemen, he just
sometimes
called furries people. I think that's a yes. Zovain
I
thinks that
misspoke. I
furries are people.
misspoke. I did not
There we
answer
are.
the question. I
Well, yes, you
misspoke.
did. You called them people, so that was the question answered.
You heard it
I
here.
misspoke.
You heard it here on Doom Live. Zovain says that furries
That would
are
ex-
people.
That would explain why he always has a cat as a profile picture.
It all makes sense now. It all
Yes.
makes sense now, ladies
Oh
and
my god,
gentlemen.
it does.
Zovain says furries are people.
Because he is one. Oh my god.
Look,
Thank
it's
you.
a very
That is all we
complex
needed to know.
question, and
And you've already
I
answered it.
maybe okay.
Okay,
They could be.
guys. Who are you voting for mayor?
JT Fort.
Amen.
There's a lot
JT
of
Port.
Whoever pays me the highest bribe.
candidates.
That's who I'm voting for.
So real for that. So real for
There's
that,
a lot of
honestly.
candidates, and
Honestly,
I
I'm
think
almost
they're
tempted
both
just to
capable.
sign up at the last second just to see what happens.
I'm signing up right now.
Fabian,
Vote
let's
down the
not try and
spider for
pretend like
mayor.
you're not just going to vote for whoever George tells you to vote, please.
That's not how this works. I believe in democracy,
yeah.
and I vote freely, and I vote
I'm
for
sure.
whoever fits my worldview. I just
Whoever
happen to
fits
have a
George's
similar
worldview.
worldview to George.
What is your worldview?
Look, we want to get rid of corruption. That's all we've ever wanted.
Well, maybe you should
Get
look at
rid of the
yourselves.
corruption.
Maybe you should look at your fucking selves.
I haven't broken the Constitution once. You have,
Leave
Oliver.
us,
Well, sorry, your
leave us
party
now.
has.
Sorry.
now-
The court has thrown that one out, so you just lied.
Now hold
Sorry,
on.
what
Last
did the
I
court
ch-
say?
Oliver, I do want to get.
The court has not been found to. The court has found that not found that has happened. So you just lied, frankly.
All right, but the court hasn't found either way.
So you
Hasn't said
can't
I
say
have
that your
either.
claim, but your claim can't be said to be true. Then,
So
can
if
it?
I'm just a normal person walking down the street and I haven't done anything, and I say, "Well, I haven't violated the Constitution," I don't need a court to affirm that. A court can find that I have broken it.
Well, you're
I don't
innocent.
need to a court.
You're innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. I don't need a court to affirm
So T-Soups is innocent.
that I've broken it.
So T-Soups is innocent.
Is T-Soups innocent? I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know.
Well,
I think she's
you just-
guilty of being a victim of Gobies and a Cabot. And I feel bad for her. And I'm here to support her if she ever needs help, in the Senate or anything.
I don't think she
I will
needs your
work with
help.
T.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
she needs your help.
The offer's there, right? I appreciate T, and I'm here to work with them. But at the moment,
I don't think that was the case like 15 minutes ago after everything you said.
none. Well, I mean, I brought up that I'm not
you
convicting her
can
for that
choose,
exact reason.
Choose.
I
You try and
don't
think
think
protect
it's
15
better
minutes
than
ago,
the
I
answer
was
right
on
now.
the same thing. I think I was on the same page.
I know this
15
video has
minutes
no
ago.
audio, but I do want to get your. It's a long video, but I want to get your reaction to it. It's the full video of that incident on the Senate floor. We can, if you want to, we can skip through little bits of it, but
This is a 40-minute video and your stream isn't loading. I'm not sure I can. I'm gonna rejoin the call.
Yeah,
No,
you do that.
It's not even him that's the issue. It's the stream.
yeah.
Yeah, can you go out, please?
Oh yeah, of course.
100% less doom.
Yeah, the
Mr.
YouTube stream might be having issues.
Are you
Yeah,
a
you're
member of the
You're
House?
starting screen. Start.
Oh, I just saw in the starting slide
Starting
my
slide.
game disconnected.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
I-
say something to me?
Just gonna have this on in the background as we discuss. All right, I want to get your thoughts.
Right, so I would make a great president, and he's bitching that I'm not going to convict T. I mean, he's clearly doing a power grab, and you can't deny it.
It's not though,
that
and
was my
he even said that this whole entire thing, he doesn't want anyone doing power grabs. So I don't know why he
Right,
would
that's
do
what
it
he.
himself.
Just because he says something doesn't. So
No, no,
are you?
no, no, no,
Are
no.
you?
Nope, nope. You sound
There's
stupid right
something
now.
not
Okay.
connecting there. And what's the
Please.
problem?
What's not
There
connecting?
is,
What you're
there is
saying
no
now, you
power
make no
grab.
sense.
I'll tell you what your guys' idea is. Your guys' idea is to wait until after the House elections, throw Harcology out, get George a speaker, and then convict and get rid of T-Soups. So that
That
George
is
can be
not true.
president.
George is
And that is true.
ineligible to be POTUS.
And
George
all
would
you
not be
guys,
POTUS.
all you guys want is your puppets back in office. That's all
George
you guys
will
want.
not be
All you guys
POTUS.
are interested
Oliver,
in.
I do want to ask you.
What you have to remember is a majority of people have to vote us in. So clearly, it's not just us; it's a majority of the voting
You
population.
want to have your people back in the Oval
Oliver,
Office.
of course I do. Of course, we want our people that aren't corrupt in the office and not T.
You're willing to not corrupt. Did you watch the last fucking term? Did you watch the last term?
I did. I never saw corruption.
It was chaos.
Go.
Just because George dismissed someone doesn't make him corrupt, okay?
Please, who did he dismiss? Who am I supposed to be thinking of that he dismissed?
I'm not sure, but because he dismissed someone doesn't make him corrupt. That's the main critique that he dismissed people. Is that he fired people? He's allowed to fire people. T and Gobies cannot fire senators. They tried to fire senators. They can't do it. They're more corrupt. If George is corrupt, he is a word that starts with him, right? And ends with I, and it ends with I.
The man is
from the 1940s.
Please, no.
We have a comment.
The man-
Official
the
op.
man is crazy.
I am
The
the
man is
plutocratic chairman.
Oliver, I want to get your thoughts on this incident on the Senate floor. Do you think what Gobies did was appropriate?
In what am I speaking as me, or am I speaking as from the White House?
That's up to you. I'm just
whenever you're asked a question, I mean,
Well,
usually it's directed to how you feel.
Well, yes, but sometimes I come up here as the White House. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, to be honest. I didn't think it was the best thing to do, and I made that clear. But I'm not the president, and I'm not the vice president, so I don't really get a say.
That is what a puppet would say. I don't get a say.
Well, I don't.
Oliver, please.
I don't
You're
have
a
the power to
puppet.
do it.
I mean, he really doesn't. The
You
thing
do.
is, when
You
you're in a
have an
position,
opinion. You can influence.
And I tried. I did my part. That's all I can do. If the president says no to me, I can't say, well, I'm forcing you to say yes. I have no power over her.
So it's okay.
I say no to the president.
So the president can say no if it's your president, but not if it's George. Okay, all right, buddy, I understand.
How does this apply? If you said,
all right, listen. Two-tier Oliver. Two-tier Oliver. Two-tier Oliver, right? He has standards for T, but he has different standards for George, and he wants them standards differently. Yeah,
No,
two tiers,
how do I
Oliver,
want to
just
enforce
like
them
Mr.
differently?
Kier, and we're not going to take it.
Don't diss Kier. And
We're not going to take it. We're not going to take
I-
it. Two-tier
How is
Oliver.
it 2 tier? I literally just said I disagreed with it. I disagreed with the president's actions. I literally just said
you're
that.
not gonna do literally anything to stop. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. You're not gonna do
I
anything.
can't stop her from doing her own thing.
Resign.
I'm not
Resign.
Why would I resign?
Prove a point. Do anything to
point.
say I disagree with you. Instead, you are complicit. You are complicit with T.
I disagreed with it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
my point.
Good job,
That was
Oliver.
my
Good
point
job,
making.
Oliver.
I disagreed with it. I don't need to resign.
There is a two-tier system in Noosa, and we're not going to take
There
it.
is not.
The plutocrats are going to
it.
end it.
It was two-tier in George's thing when he only let people into agencies if they supported him. Only let people have.
It's okay for George want to hire people in those roles. You cannot show me an example where George kicked anyone out that wasn't a department head. It just doesn't exist.
Literally T-Soups, like actually T-Soups, like he literally did that to
T-Soups
her.
has literally been a representative for most of that term. I don't know what you're talking about.
He literally said she cannot have a job any.
I did not, but typically criminals are not allowed to get jobs in the federal government anyway.
If you do off-duty crime, you're not a criminal.
By a pioneer.
And it was your idea.
It wasn't actually my
idea. Do you
idea.
think that idea is a good idea?
I actually had no idea about that. I still.
So then you're calling her a criminal, but it was your administration, the administration that you want back in office, that enacted it. It enacted
so what
it
you
so
have
that she
to understand is that law specifically is aimed to increase activity, which it did. So I'm not sure what you're trying to do here.
Well, you're saying, oh, well, we don't typically hire criminals into roles. Well, I'm saying, well, you eliminated off-duty crime, so therefore she wasn't a criminal.
So there's a difference, right? There is a difference between blatantly violating the Constitution, right, and committing off-duty crime. There is a big difference. One's a criminal.
I don't think she was president at the time. I think
George might have been president. You can violate the Constitution without being president, bud.
And I think she can do whatever she wants when she's off team, because that's what your administration put in.
Yes,
it is.
You could still get prosecuted by the
DOJ. Yes, you can still be prosecuted. Yes, but it does. It doesn't affect your roleplay jobs.
Well, it does. You still be prosecuted and found guilty. I'm pretty sure you can be fired.
No, that's not the case.
But the intention is so then you can go rob a bank, right, without having to use alts, because we don't want a shit ton of alts in Noosa. We want active people using their mains. And if everyone's in law enforcement and no one's robbing, then the game is dead, because this is cops and robbers.
I'm not saying the idea is like that bad of an idea. I'm saying you said, oh, we don't hire criminals into positions.
And we don't, because those people are not criminals. They're not criminals.
You got rid of
we legalized it, buddy. They ain't criminals. T is a criminal.
Yeah. How is she a criminal?
Oh, please.
How was she a criminal? Sorry.
Please. Legitimately, she illegally hosted house sessions.
She
illegally hosted house sessions. I was there, and I had to shut her down because she tried to illegally host a house session once.
Please be quiet.
Almost like what you guys did in the Senate.
Sorry, what'd you say, Oliver?
Almost like what you guys did in the Senate.
No, see, our session was actually announced by the Vice President. It was announced by the Vice President. It happened on Monday, and it happened. He was not present. We all showed up. He then became present, but he refused to do his duties. So we voted someone else to become the chair and carry out the duties, as is customary with sessions. I don't know what to tell you.
Session was invalidated.
Can we explain? Can you talk on how T deployed the military, gave Adam an order in a voice chat to murder us, and then put it all on Adam to take the blame because they know that Adam can't be touched because he's a group manager, so he took the blame for T. That is literally what happened. That is quite literally what happened. Do you think Adam came up with the whole, oh, let's chaos him on by himself? Adam's not that smart. Adam's a good guy. I kind of like Adam, but
I know
he's not smart enough to go out by himself and be like, I'm going to do all this without the input of T.
He certainly could. You know, he does have a brain.
Okay, well, we both know that T had a role. T could have stopped it. They must have thought it was funny, and now they're blaming it on Adam. And if that's what T wants to do, that's what T can do. And if she doesn't want to admit to it, she's getting convicted. But until then,
but only when the House elections are finished, so that you can have one of your guys in, so that you can put them back in the presidency.
no, an investigation takes quite a while to conduct.
Oh no, because you told the speaker
especially
you told the speaker that you would convict Gobies, but you wouldn't convict
That is what I said. We are going to convict Gobies because we all have first-hand seen. He literally removed me from my seat. I know for a fact he's guilty, right? However, T's actions were mainly deploying the military and arresting us, which is a lot less harsh than literally trying to remove us from our seats. So, an investigation. I'm thinking the investigation might wrap up around.
And he's not.
I mean, I'm gonna have to take a look. How long could it take? Let's take a look.
Oh yeah, after the House of Representatives elections.
Maybe on the 16th of September, maybe the 17th. I think the investigation might wrap up and we can begin voting on a conviction.
Please, if you guys think you're gonna get the presidency back, let's not laugh too hard.
You mean?
If you think you can get the presidency back, you know, more laughs for you.
I've never been the president, and I don't want to be the president.
Your party.
Look, my party does want the presidency, and we're going to have an election soon, in a few months, and we're going to win said election for the presidency.
Oh no, you're going to lose it again.
Happen. It's your
You're going to lose it again with all of your alts that you tried putting in last time. You're going to try do that all over again, and you're going to lose again.
I'm not directly involved with the with that part of the party, with the branch that campaigns. I'm not sure what they've done. I can't speak towards who they're going to run. I mean, we're not even sure who our candidate for president is going to be yet. I mean, we still have to vote on the national committee to choose someone. Or do a primary. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We're going to see what everyone else is doing and go from there. So we still have a lot to do. So, I mean, I see it called corrupt when I don't even know who the president's going to be.
It's real funny how critical you are of T-Soups when literally just look at the first week of George's term and then you can determine that it was way less chaotic than what T-Soups has been doing.
So,
okay, so
the USM resignation, all the other resignation, the chaos you guys caused.
I don't remember that. No.
So then, what I want to ask you now, pretty simple question. Do you think Grandpa Gobi's actions on the 20th constitute treason?
Sorry. No, I do not think they constitute treason. Treason, treason as defined by the Constitution is very specific, and it would involve him like invading the nation, something like that. Just arresting congressional members, I don't think counts as treason. Do I think it's corrupt and in violation of the Constitution? Definitely. Do I think, definitely. But as for treason, no, I would not say that Gobies had committed treason as outlined in the Constitution. Right, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Fair.
Maybe he does.
Zachary, what do you have to say? We haven't gotten you a chance to speak yet. You're not going to speak. We're going to... Oh, I disconnected. I'm not removed from audio, so... Let's get Gentleman Jalix up here.
Oh, I love Jalix. What a great man.
Jalix.
Hello, Jalix.
Where's John at, bro?
Who tagged me?
He's currently wandering around with no memory of who he is, so I have to take over.
It's all Jover?
Right. That's right, 100% less Doom.
Zovian question for you.
Yes, Mr. Jalix.
I just want to clarify before I ask anything that I'm neutral in this particular situation. Okay. So you said what you believe the vice president's actions on that fateful day do not, in your opinion, constitute treason. However, you do feel he committed acts that you think would constitute corruption, right?
Well, I think corruption is also probably very specific. I would say, at the very least, he ordered people to falsely imprison me and illegally ordered me to leave the chamber and the congressional building. And I believe he may have also murdered actual members, like shot them dead himself. But I haven't viewed the full clip yet.
He did.
My memory's a little bit
He
iffy. He did? Well,
Okay,
yeah.
So
So I do think he's broken the law and that he should be impeached for that, at the very least.
okay, so can I ask you a follow-up question?
Sure.
So, if this investigation that comes out of the House concludes that the vice president did not commit any actions that violate the Constitution, will you, as the chairman of the Plutocratic Party, you're the chairman, right? I'm pretty sure you are, right?
Yes.
So, you, as the chairman of the Plutocratic Party, can you say now that you will honor and respect whatever results come out of that House investigation?
No, I will not.
You won't. Okay.
And I could explain why.
Now hear me out.
I could
Hear me
explain
out. Hold
why.
on. Let me interject something here. Even if it's not a violation of the Constitution, he still blatantly broke a shit ton of laws, dude. He false arrested me personally. Attempted to have my officers attack members of Congress. A few
And as you
other
could see in the
things.
video, had
So,
senators like Cherry Dearest arrested.
Right. So at minimum, bro is blatantly committing crime while, quote, acting under authority of Congress or whatever. Even if it's not a violation of the Constitution, he still committed blatant crimes, my man.
Is it impeachable?
It should be.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Look, I'll explain why I'm not going to accept the results of whatever the House said.
If Kamala Harris right now was to go shoot a police officer, would you say she should be impeached for that?
No.
Yes.
Probably.
So, well, there you go. That's how I look at it. Listen, man, I don't appreciate it when people attack me and my personnel. I can take a lot of heat, but the second you start fucking with my officers is when I really take a problem with you.
Before anyone starts saying that Ritos is on my side, Ritos doesn't like me.
I don't like Zoe.
Ritos dislikes me.
I hate this motherfucker.
We're not on the same side here, but they could see wrongs when wrongs have been committed.
Why do y'all think I was asking him if furries are people for a solid 15 minutes earlier?
My point simply is, I don't think that the Plutocratic Party are the people to go, oh, this is right and this is wrong, when literally look what they did last term. We came into office and the fucking doors were hanging off, the hinges were barely on. Like, we had nothing. Like,
this is a hot take, but group management should have done more.
They fucked us up, darling. We came into office, we had nothing. We were literally messed up. Everything was broken. Nothing was working. Everything was in a mess. So when they sit here and lecture us on what's right and what's wrong, I just think it's laughable. I just think, what on earth are they doing? Because I don't respect them. I think they're awful politicians.
What was broken? Name one thing.
Everything. The intelligence community. There was literally no one there. The USM. It was literally like dying.
We can't touch the USM. You know who touches the USM?
Oh, do you know who's on the board of governors? Do you know who's on the board of governors? The Secretary for Defense. The Secretary for Defense
but when the group manager and the chairman of the fucking Joint Chiefs is against you as president, 1 out of 3 ain't gonna do nothing when United is against George.
If you wanted to make a positive change, you could have made the positive change, and they would have got behind
How
you.
is Peep expected to make any change when the other two people are voting against him in just about everything? I mean,
if he made positive impacts,
I will agree. Yeah, the show is better than John.
Why on earth was there a board of governors put in? Because you guys trashed the military. There was nothing left. Everyone resigned. It was a fucking shambles. So they had to
from now on, instead of Doom Live, we're gonna do Rito Live.
I wouldn't be opposed to giving you a show.
Rito Live.
Oh,
T-Soups would like to be moved up. T-Soups would like to be moved up.
I need a mute.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
as soon as we join.
Yo, what's up, guys?
I was just saying how when you came into office, the hinges were hanging off the doors. so that
Oh
the
my
plutocrats shouldn't be the people just determining right from wrong when look what they did last time.
And
That's good.
I did ask Zovane that, as the chairman of the Plutocratic Party, if he would accept the results of the the House investigation into
He said
what
no.
happened that day, and he said no. He said no.
What?
I still
Now, I
haven't been
assume
given
if
the
it's negative,
chance
he
to
will. I assume if it's negative, he
defend
will
it.
accept it. But
No,
if
if
it's
he's an
positive,
agenda, he'll accept it.
So basically, the facts are either way it goes, if we get an impeachment, we're going to convict or not convict based on the evidence they give us. As for the inquiry,
Convict who?
I mean, to me, it doesn't mean anything,
Hello?
frankly.
Hello?
They're talking
I'll
about
get
impeaching
to that in a
Gobies.
second. So,
Oh, for what?
well, for, murder and a lot of other things.
For murder?
Yeah,
What?
murder and
The incident
a lot
on
of other
August
things.
20th.
Please.
When you stormed the
Please,
Capitol
don't-
and tried to coup the government and shot up the military.
No one did that. But even if that happened, he
Yes,
still
I'm not going to
murdered
give my
us.
opinion.
You
I'm
had
just going to let the
Even if
video
that
speak
happened,
for itself.
he still murdered us.
You were the one who sniped the Marines. I totally
Alright,
remember that. I
right,
was there.
being shot, of course. I'm allowed to defend
No.
myself. Alright,
You shot at
T-Soups.
our U.S.
Why
military.
was Lord Ritos arrested? That itself is a crime.
Well,
So even
literally,
if you don't do it on me, that is a crime.
Who was arrested? I was arrested. I'm not over here impeaching someone because an MPD officer arrested me. That
Alright,
is
listen, the
That's
facts
not.
are...
But
The
it
facts
wasn't
let's
are...
go over the
MPD,
facts
it
of the
was
video.
Mama Gobies. Or Grandpa Gobies, or whatever his name is.
Let's
If
go over the facts.
T-Soups and
I was there.
Gobies are
I was
impeached,
there.
Gobies is getting convicted
Oh,
immediately.
I'm being impeached.
I feel bad for T-Soups, and so
Oh
I
my god,
promise
that's all you
for
say.
the next
That's
What
all
is
you
half a
say.
month not to convict T-Soups. Sorry, not
Thank
T-Soups.
you. How
Now,
kind.
why I won't accept the findings of that committee?
Hold on one second.
Well, frankly, it's a committee led by pioneers. I don't really trust pioneers.
Is there a
So
problem
I'll
with
take
that?
the results. I'll read them. I'll look at them. There's
Wait.
one plutocrat. Okay, it's a
Yo,
party of
Chip's gonna read the
pioneers.
results?
No,
I'll
it's not
read it,
actually a
but I don't
Here's
know
the
if I'm gonna
difference
trust
between-
it
I'm gonna
necessarily.
post something in Noosa General right quick so y'all
Here's
can
the
get a look
difference
at it.
between
I'm gonna
us and
post something.
y'all.
The Senate will conduct its
Pioneers
own
are
investigation
free
once we're given
Let's
the
not go
power
to partisan bicker.
Okay.
Let's not get just partisan bickering here.
We will conduct
You know
our
I
own
will.
investigation.
You know I can't. I
and we'll
can't
go
help
off.
Yeah, I know. Y'all can't help yourselves.
I must. Because
Okay, please
the
direct your
difference
attention.
here is that plutocrats do not think for themselves.
Can you please let
You guys are
Hartology
told how to
up?
vote
Thank you.
every time.
I am never told how to vote.
I've seen it. Like, what are you talking about?
I personally have never
Nasanova came out and
been
said that he was
told
not going to
to
be part
vote.
of a coup, of a federal coup to put George back in power. He exposed the DMs.
Nasanova
He
literally
spoke-
was the guy that
Dude,
said
I'm
everyone
speaking.
going in
Why
game.
must everyone interrupt me?
Nasanova caused all that. What
Do
do
I
you mean?
speak just I speak too much truth. You have to interrupt.
All right, I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to go over the facts of what we know happened on August 20th.
You're right. You're right, Tia. Do it.
There was a Senate session held at around midnight, dead of night.
Not legal. Sorry. Continue.
Okay, I'm not going to argue about
think
whether
it
it
was
should have happened.
What did he just do? What did he just do? Who did he just shoot dead? Who is he shooting dead right now?
Look in Zovane. I tagged
Who
you
is
in
having
Noosa
to defend themselves right now?
Look at what I tagged you with in Noosa General.
I saw. Oh, you were arrested. I mean,
For trespassing.
Should I
while
post my
outside of
arrest
own
logs
grounds.
too? Should I just post all 319? Like, what are we doing?
Listen, T, an injustice is an injustice. It doesn't matter who did it. Or where the position is.
I don't exactly know what to tell you if you are arrested for trespassing. I don't.
In the
think that
Capitol
that's
grounds, while
really
on the Capitol Police team as the assistant chief of the
Yes,
agency.
because martial law was declared. Habeas corpus was suspended. The Senate floor was
have you
cleared.
approached
That was
Gobies
before that.
and asked him to resign yet? Like, have you done anything
I
to
don't
ask him to leave?
think you're privy to that information.
Well, what? You're free to not answer. I'm not gonna. I can't force you to answer. I don't want to force you.
I am free
You're
to.
free
That's
to
what I
not
just said.
answer.
Why are you
but I'd
narrating
appreciate
everything
it if you
I
would.
do?
Okay, buddy. I'd
And
appreciate it if
you
you would.
know, Zovane, I think it's funny how now a woman's in the call, you like speaking over her, but when the men are speaking, you don't speak
Apologies,
over
had to deal with rodent.
Trust me, I spoke all of you over all of you.
You are
too.
very, very sexist, young man.
Let's get horcology up here.
Alright, what's this about a married man with children? Specifically a man, Oliver?
Yeah, what
What's
about
this?
him?
Specifically a man?
What about
I
him?
mean, I don't know, it sounds sexist to me, Oliver.
What do you want me to say? Married women with children as well?
Or married people. I don't think you need to be specific about gender.
Guys, could you check out General, please? I just want to like bring light to the fact that I was arrested that night of August 19th.
And you know, we could prosecute him. You should have your DOJ prosecute him for doing that. That's illegal.
Well, that doesn't change the fact that your vice president still arrested multiple senators and had them removed from their seats.
Well, yes, the Senate floor was cleared. The Capitol Hill was ordered to be cleared multiple times.
Alright, the vice president cannot order everyone to leave the Capitol. I don't know what you're on about. Cannot.
It was me.
You cannot order people to leave the Capitol.
I can't. I don't know if you totally recall what happened that night, but
Oh my God.
again, martial law was declared, habeas corpus was suspended.
You personally cannot arrest me. You're not a law enforcement officer. You broke the law just doing that.
And last I checked, the vice president doesn't have authority to arrest members of the Capitol Police.
That part.
Again, guys, you have to understand what that night was. It was a night of insurrection, a state of rebellion. Dude!
You're trying to...
Let T-Soup speak. Let T-Soup speak.
I'm not going to let you try and manipulate
Okay, stop until I have to start muting people.
It's disgusting, T.
Chill.
It's disgusting.
Hey, buddy.
Stop yapping before I start moving.
Alright, listen, champion. This is disgusting what you're doing.
I was elected to speak. That's what I do every day. Every day I yap. Again, why are you speaking over me? You were elected to sit in a chamber. Okay,
this is disgusting.
That's
I'm not going to put up with this. With this disgusting behavior.
Me talking?
Please shut the fuck up, Exuvane. Please shut the fuck up.
This is horrible.
Dude,
this is coming from a pioneer house leader, a tool,
What?
a little sick.
I can't even speak.
Fucking up.
Wait, what is disgusting? What has happened? Did I miss something?
Your lies and your rhetoric are disgusting. This needs to stop.
Could you clarify? What lies?
Grandpa Gobies would like to be moved up.
Yo! Get him up here.
The vice president is wishing to speak.
Okay, Grandpa Gobies, I have some questions I would like to ask myself.
Vice president.
Zovane, please mute while the vice president's speaking. Alright.
It's up to me. I'm the only one who can tell people to mute, just to be clear. I'm the host.
Gobies, are you here?
That's right, that's right.
What's up?
Nothing.
See, more lies from the vice president. How corrupt can you be, Gobies?
Dude, shut the fuck up,
Please.
thank you.
Alright, listen, WAX, you're a pioneer puppet. Stop. No one cares what you have to say.
WJX.
Your investigation is corrupt.
Who is WJX?
Who's WJX?
Oh, WXW, VXWJ. I don't know.
WXWJ.
It's like a really stupid name.
Can't even read
Can't pronounce
language.
Okay, one at a time.
Gobies is a communist. Everyone knows.
As Zovane, I just said one at a time. Gobies, you go.
Go what?
We would like to hear your version of events regarding the events of the 19th and 20th.
Thank you, Lord Ritos.
I'm purging evil demonic forces that are trying to, corrupt our country. That's all. It's what Jesus would want, and that's really what it comes down to.
Beautiful.
Does that include officers of the U.S. Capitol Police?
Some of them are filthy commies.
Regardless of whether or not they're commies,
we have some loyal people in MPD that exposed the Satanist agenda. That's all.
Are you saying that religion has something to do with this?
Gobies sounds
like
like
everything.
schizophrenic.
You know, we're a Christian nation.
I don't know about that one either.
Okay, you can say that, but I know what that really means.
What?
If you're either with us or you're not with us, and if you can say religion doesn't come into it, it does, always does. The words God and the Bible, top of the mind.
But what does that have to do with arresting people for standing in the place that they're legally supposed to be protecting?
They were arrested not for standing there, but for breaking the law while standing there.
What laws did the Capitol Police break?
Now hold up. Now hold up. Me standing there saying nothing, and I was arrested for trespassing in the Capitol grounds as Assistant Chief of the Capitol Police.
Were you approved as Assistant Chief by the Capitol Board?
Yes.
When was your approval vote?
No, man, it's not my job.
Were you approved to be Assistant Chief by the Capitol Board? No.
Sometime today, yes.
So the other day,
what does that matter?
As in 8 days ago or yesterday?
I don't know when they did it. What does that matter? You still arrested.
So either you
still arrested an officer of the Capitol Police
Assistant Chief
on the floor of the Senate.
Board. Were you approved by the Capitol Board as Assistant Chief?
But you still arrested an officer of the Capitol Police on the floor
are you an
of the
officer?
Senate.
Were you approved as Assistant Chief? Or were you not?
Regardless of whether or not the vote occurred, I was still an officer of the Capitol Police.
If you weren't approved by the Capitol Board to be Assistant Chief, then you're not Assistant Chief. You're not.
What does that matter? I'm still an officer of the Capitol Police.
Not if you weren't approved, Chief. Then you're just.
Are you saying that? Now hold up. Now let me ask you this: if I were to hire a cadet, would that require a vote of the Capitol Board to say that he's an officer?
Assistant Chief. The Assistant Chief requires direct approval by the Capitol Police Board.
What does that have to do with anything, boss? I'm still
saying
you're
trying
to claim that you're the Assistant Chief, but are you? Were you approved by the Capitol Police Board? Because I don't think I ever voted on you. I'm a member of the board.
Okay, so
you're not a member of the board.
I am a member of the board. I'm the vice president.
That's not a member of the Capitol Board. I will read you the act if you would like me to.
I would like to. Can I see the Trello? Because I'm pretty sure.
I
they wouldn't be ranked as they wouldn't. Why would they be ranked as
actually?
Why would they be ranked as such if they weren't approved?
Is on the Capitol Police Board, right? But only because after this, after what happened on the 20th, he appointed himself as SAA. That is the only reason he's on the Capitol Police Board. Otherwise, according to the law, it's happened after the 20th, so he couldn't have voted on anything that happened prior. So you didn't even get to vote on it.
Send me that link. Send me that link.
You weren't even on board at the time.
Were you approved by the Capitol Police Board of being an Assistant Chief? It says right here.
Holy shit! Please stop saying that.
Alright, so let's say he wasn't an Assistant Chief. At the very least, he's a cadet.
It's still an officer.
Let's assume he's a cadet, Gobies. Can you arrest cadets in the chambers? No.
Yeah, because I decide who's allowed in the chamber. I decide
okay, but you can't arrest him, regardless of if you can.
If you read the Senate rules, I decide who
you
is
can
allowed in the chamber.
direct the Sergeant at Arms to do so. You can't arrest him yourself.
Well, read the rules. The rules say clearly.
Who voted on you being Sergeant at Arms?
Okay, but the rules don't give you arrest powers. Okay, do you understand that? Gobies, do the rules give you arrest powers?
Yes,
so in the new rules I give you, can I write into it that I can arrest everyone in the chamber? Because I'm going to do that if I can.
The Senate has its own arrest.
Now let me ask you something else.
I can give arrest powers to myself in the chambers, is what you're saying.
Direct arrests. The House and the
direct arrest. You cannot arrest people yourself. You can direct people to be arrested.
Read the rules.
Okay, you can direct the law enforcement. Are you a law enforcement officer? As vice president.
I have a few teams with arrest tools. Yeah, and if I am enforcing the Senate rules,
but is the vice president?
So
but is the vice president a law
enforcement
officer?
It depends if I'm performing the duties of an SAA
you
or
can try and
Read
pinpoint all these problems to lawyer your way out of this, but no one's going to believe you.
You're in a lawsuit right now.
Stop! Stop! It's disgusting what you're doing. You need to calm down. You need to breathe.
What is disgusting?
You know what you're doing. You know it's wrong.
Can I summarize?
Please
can I summarize so people in the chat?
Alright, T, you're trying to speak over me now. This is disgusting. Please stop it, T. We're not going to accept that type of
vomit,
rhetoric.
go
Please.
vomit and come back. Like, I don't know
well,
what
you
to
know
tell
what?
you.
You're being disgusting
Okay.
right now. Please stop.
Okay, let T speak now.
Thank you.
So,
To summarize what that 10-minute long altercation was, basically, the question was, is Lord Ritos assistant chief? The answer is we don't know because we don't know if there's a vote. So then you're not just a cadet because you're impersonating an assistant chief. You're not USCP at all. You're just an impersonator. Secondly, if Gobi's is SAA, yes, he can remove people from the floor, and that's what he did that night.
Last I checked, why would Lord Ritos be ranked as assistant chief if they were never approved for such position?
Because they haven't been following the Capitol Police Board's, like, they have been ignoring the whole process up to like this week.
That is
there
true.
hasn't been a vote to approve the chief or the vice chief or anyone
Can I
else.
see the
until
Trello?
this
It's
Can I
week.
see
not
the
the fault
Trello?
of the Capitol Police that the board hasn't done
It is
anything.
the problem. It
That's
is the
not
problem.
fault
It is
of
the fault of the
Capitol
Capitol
I'd like
Police,
to
'cause
see
you
the
only
Trello.
exist under the board's authority. You only exist under the board's authority.
There's only one member of the board who is even actively in the Discord, and that's Mets Dogs. That's not our fault, man.
That is it is the Capitol Police Board's fault if you are working under the authority of a board that you aren't working under. I mean, you're just ignoring the law. The Capitol Police is not an independent agency, and it works for Congress and it works for congressional leadership. So you don't get to deny the authority of the people that you work for.
And that's not what we're
under
doing
legally.
But you can't sit here and say it's our fault that they don't do anything.
It's your fault if you're trying to impersonate a Capitol Police officer. It is your fault directly.
So now let me ask you something. If let's just say your FBI director was to resign right now, and you were to give whoever the current deputy is the power of the acting position, whatever, however you want to say that, is he impersonating the director?
No, boy, there is no
no
acting law for the Capitol Police. There's no acting authority. Every person on the Capitol Police Board has to be approved by the Capitol Police Board. There's no position for acting officers.
You're in a completely different branch of government. You can't compare the two.
Yeah,
you can.
You're not an executive agency. You're a law enforcement agency only under the implicit powers of Congress to enforce the laws in the Capitol building.
Last time I checked, Gobies, you said you're on the board, right?
I don't think I am now.
Okay.
Well, you're SAA, so yeah.
Last I checked, the Sergeant at Arms does not have the ability to vote on such things.
How can you be the Sergeant at Arms and the Vice President at the same time?
Because they're both just congressional positions. They're both just exercising power that belongs to
corruption,
Congress.
guys.
The Sergeant at Arms is just a congressional officer. They're not They're not
Let
an executive official.
enlighten everyone.
Back when I was in the Senate, I remember I think I worked with a law relating to the Capitol Police with Zovain. Do you remember that, Zovain? Back during the Boulder days?
I am aware of that.
Like, there is the Sergeant at Arms is just an officer of the Senate that performs a duty for the Senate. They're not an executive official. They don't hold any real office of the United States. It's a position that the Senate chooses or is appointed to perform. And
from what I remember, the only people who are actually members of the board are sitting members of Congress.
No, it's the Sergeant of Arms of both chambers. It's the President pro tempore, the Speaker of the House, and some other weird positions.
Okay, I might have been wrong there.
This is how communism works. This is how communist China works, right? The leader of of China, right, is the leader because he accumulates all these different roles.
What roles do I have? I'm just the Vice President.
If you give me a minute,
and you're the Secretary and the SAA. This is literally what they do in China.
Okay, we want Arcology. Guys, stop. We have someone who hasn't gotten to speak yet. Arcology, feel free to speak.
Thank God.
Yeah, the speaker has some comments. I came here because I was told that we were shit-talking my house and saying that I'm on a power trip. But I'd also like to address the fact that the House has attempted to reach the Vice President for Capitol Police Board proceedings, and we never heard back.
I'm not on the board, I don't think, actually. I think I just the Sergeant at Arms. But
We still tried to reach
myself temporarily, only for sessions. Because, again, the Sergeant at Arms is not an actual office. It's a functionary of the Senate, the same as the Secretary.
So why do you keep saying that you weren't invited to a proceeding if now you're saying that you aren't on the board?
I didn't say that. I just said there has been no vote as far as I know. I think I did approve a vote. I said I voted yes on Tot and his deputy.
Okay, so he's approved. That's it. He's period.
Tot
He's
is
in
for
office.
the-
I told the rest of the board to
I think
approve
it's
them.
stupid. That the change
These people want to politicize the agency.
And I think that was Georgia's. I think that was Georgia's law. That wasn't. We have nothing to do with that law. That was a Georgia era law. So you can't blame that problem on us because that was a George thing. Like that was passed under George. I don't know why it's a requirement, other than to like consolidate power in the Capitol Police.
I'd like to make it public now that I approve him. So if the rest of the board wants to sue, we can do that.
Well, Mets does.
It's not approved?
But when it comes down to it, also, the Capitol Police do not get. They don't have any control over what happens in the actual chambers. That's up to the houses themselves. Each chamber has ultimate control over everything that happens in the actual physical chamber. The Capitol Police have nothing to do with that. They have control over the building.
I'm pretty sure. So, if you're saying the Capitol Police, Lord Ritos does not have the authority of Capitol Police.
I said even if it did, the Capitol Police have no control over chambers. They don't have any control over the security of. They have control over the security of the premise of the chambers.
You're saying if Lord Ritos wasn't actually deputy chief of Capitol Police.
Well, he's like assistant chief. He's not deputy.
Assistant
or vice or whatever they call it.
Would that mean that earlier Capitol Police was on no one else was really giving them much to do, so I'm going to confess to a crime here. I attacked them. So would that mean that I was just attacking a civilian and not a law enforcement officer? So I would not be on the hook for...
If Ritos wasn't approved by the board, then he's not an actual Capitol Police member at his current rank.
So that would mean Ritos did not have the authority to arrest me.
No, listen.
Ritos, I have a question for you.
Even if he didn't get approved, he's still
You joined the Capitol Police
officer.
before you became an assistant chief. What was your rank?
I mean, I was hired into the position.
Right, but surely
I am a
you
former
would have been a
chief.
cadet and then ranked to assistant chief, right?
Look, buddy, I already went through cadet about 2 years ago.
Right. But
So
the point is that you touched that cadet role
you were hired
first.
into assistant chief. Your first position this time around, you were hired directly into assistant chief.
I don't know. If we look at the logs, it's going to say cadet, and then it's going to say assistant
when you get
chief.
accepted into the group, you're a cadet, but that doesn't mean he was.
All right, so he was accepted into the group. So at the very least, he's a cadet regardless.
He just said right now.
Okay, at the very least. All right, just because you get hired directly into it, he was still accepted into
assistant chief.
Tone it down just a little bit.
You're accepted as a suspended rank. If you wanted to be like that.
At the very least, anyone who has a rank over, I can't remember if rep is below cadet. As long as you're cadet or above, you are an officer of the Capitol Police.
Okay, but were you hired into the Capitol Police as a cadet, or were you hired in as
a
assistant
cadet.
chief?
If you listen to him, he said he went through cadet training. Okay.
He said he went
2 years
ago. He was a cadet 2 years ago. 2 years ago. He said this time around he got hired directly into assistant chief. He said he got hired directly into assistant chief.
Still which under the
no, because the current law is clear. If he got hired right into assistant chief, that was illegal.
He was a cadet.
Yeah, 2 years ago, because he's been in Capitol Police for years and joined back in recently as assistant chief.
When he rejoined the group, he was never a cadet. He went straight to assistant chief. So if he wasn't approved as an assistant chief, then he was never actually USCP, and he was impersonating the position rather than acting in it lawfully.
I'll check the audit logs actually right now.
But then, regardless, in the actual chamber, the the Capitol Police do not have the privilege to be in either chamber without the permission of that chamber. The Capitol Police, they can't walk into the House or the House chamber without the permission of the House. They can't walk into the Senate without the permission of the Senate.
Do you personally give the permission of the chamber?
Whoever the chair is, or whoever the highest ranking presiding officer is in the chamber, they control access to the chamber. Like, that's the privilege of being on the floor of a chamber.
Actually, hold on.
I'm trying to check the Senate Trello right now.
He was accepted. He actually wasn't a cadet. He was actually a high ranking.
The House rules might have their own stipulations about who has
I'll
the
share
privilege
my
of the floor.
I'll share my screen
But
right
the
now, and
Senate
I will
rules
show
Hey,
you.
I'm gonna mute
shared.
for just a second so I can go read something and then get back to y'all with something. I'll be right back.
Okay, if you can read this
Thank you a lot,
right
guys.
here,
I'd be real.
if you can read this right here. Actually, they are a member of the USCP. Just look at the screen.
Mr. Gerbies, if there was no session, how are you chair?
Because you claim there was a session.
All right, so you agree there was a
it doesn't
session.
matter if there was a
so
session.
you murdered us during a session.
How about you let me fucking talk? If there was
buddy,
or
but
was
you
not a
interrupted
session,
me.
I still have complete control over access to the chamber itself. The
That's
chamber
not
is
true.
under. It is true. Read the fucking Senate
That's not
rules.
true.
I have
rules
absolute
are very
control over the
specific.
privilege of being in the chamber floor.
That's not true.
It is true. Read the rules.
That's not. I've read the rules.
What part of the
rules.
rules are you
Senate-
talking about, Gobies? I'll
I'm
review
talking
that.
The privilege of the floor. The privilege of the floor is being able to actually be on the floor of the chamber where the senators sit or anyone sits. The gallery is the up part. Everything below the gallery, that's the
Sergeant
floor.
at Arms, per previous sections,
Read
may be
the
ordered by the
line
chair
about the floor.
in session to compel senators to a quorum and remove unlordly people.
Okay, now read the one
It's
about
very
the floor.
specific.
Now
Alright,
read
it's
the one
very
about the floor.
specific. Okay, all right, let's read it.
Read Rule
Cannot
13.
be removed, expelled, or suspended.
Rule 13. The
Sergeant
presiding
at Arms is
officer shall
appointed by
determine the
President-
privilege of the floor.
You're not the presiding officer.
I
There was
am the
no
presiding
session.
officer. I am the
Of what?
president
What are
of
you
the Senate.
talking
I'm the
about?
presiding
There was
officer of
no
the Senate.
session.
I'm the
How
presiding
can you be the
officer of the
presiding
Senate when it's
officer
in
of
session
a
and out of
chamber that
session.
isn't in session?
When the Senate is not in session, I am automatically the only presiding officer because I'm the
That
president
is
of
not
the Senate.
true. There was
The
no
president pro
session.
tempore. The president
There was
pro
no
tempore is
session.
I am always the presiding officer of the Senate. I am the
Sergeant at
administrative
Arms,
head of
if
the Senate.
directed by the chair, remove unorderly members of the United States Senate and may, with the direction
Okay,
of
I'm
the
back.
chair, by entities from entering the floor.
The presiding officer of either house is always either the Speaker of the House or the Vice President. They are. It doesn't matter.
mentions the chair.
It doesn't matter if the Senate is in session.
Sergeant
and
at
having an
Arms
active session.
can order and otherwise remove unorderly senators not following procedure. Well, we're not in session, so the procedures don't really apply, do they?
Okay, and then read the one right before that. If the
Sergeant
sergeant at arms is not present at the session, the presiding officer may take it upon themselves to remove unorderly members.
Yeah, at the session. It's very specific.
Okay,
It's
but I still
specific that
control.
this is
I still
regarding a
control the
session.
privilege of the floor
Gobies,
of the Senate.
it says session. There
You're
was
trying
no
to-
session
you're
according
trying
to you.
rules lawyer with the person who wrote the
Yeah,
rules.
you've literally been doing this the whole time, Gobies. You're
You're
a
trying to
fucking
rules lawyer
hypocrite.
with
Stop,
the person that
buddy.
wrote the rules
Stop.
and actually understands
Stop.
how
Stop,
parliamentary procedure
Gobies.
works.
You wrote them poorly. I'm
have
pointing
no
out the flaws,
understanding.
and now
You have
you're
no
getting into it.
understanding of parliamentary procedure at
Gobies,
all.
you're
You don't
actually
understand
disgusting. This is
parliamentary
horrible.
procedure
How can
at
you
all.
do this? How can you
Children,
do this?
You don't
How can you
understand
call me a
parliamentary
rules
procedure.
lawyer after you just
you
rules
don't
lawyered?
understand parliamentary
It's
procedure.
saying, why does it say session? Why is it saying session? Explain. If we
Read
weren't in
Rule
session,
13.
why is it saying
Read
session?
Rule 13. Read Rule 13.
Okay, so your rules are really shit. You want to know why? You want to know why? Rule 17, executive session. Rule 17, set of employees. There's a duplicate right there. Boom.
Oh, yeah, I
What's
know
with
that.
the duplicate? All
Anyway,
right, let's take a look.
13.
Rule 12, privilege of precedent of motions. Rule 13, privilege of motions. They're effectively the exact same thing.
Rule 12,
two different
precedence of
rules that
motions.
do the
Rule-
exact same thing. It's
Rule
disgusting.
12. How about you read it right? Rule 12, precedence of motions. Rule 13, privilege of the floor. Are you fucking... Can you not read? Rule
They do
12,
the exact same
precedence-
thing, buddy. They have the
No,
same
the
rule.
floor is access
Oh
to
my
speak
God.
or to stand on the actual floor of the
They
Senate.
do the exact
The
same
floor
thing.
of the Senate,
They
the
have the
floor of the
same
Senate is where the
rule.
fucking chairs are. You
They
don't know
are
what.
the
See, that's the thing.
same
You don't understand
thing.
anything about parliamentary
Gobies.
procedure.
Gobies, they're the same thing.
No, they're not.
You wrote the same thing in two different ways. Those
Someone
are the
could send me a
same
link to the
rule,
rules.
buddy.
I'm gonna try to fact check this. Browser's acting up though.
Oh my lord. And then you wrote the Senate like kicking people out, but you weren't so corrupt that you did it at any time. You at least stayed within bounds and made it during a session. And now that I've pointed it out, and now that you've been claiming there was no session, you realize
Because
you
there was
fucked
no
up.
session. I
So
didn't
I
call for a
appreciate.
session. You can't call for a
All
session.
right. Let's say there was no session. Then you illegally removed people from a chamber. You couldn't. The rules don't let you do that. The rules don't say you could do that, buddy. There was no session.
Because because again, you don't understand what parliamentary procedure is. You don't understand that there is a whole body of common
I'm
law
reading
behind.
the rules, and
Okay,
the
but
rules
you're
are very
not.
specific. The
Because
rules state
maybe you're like
session.
Australia or something. You don't understand parliamentary
All right,
procedure
you're
and the way
stumbling.
it exists in
Gobies.
America. But there's a
Gobies,
whole body
please.
of common law,
Please.
parliamentary procedure, parliamentary precedent that exists behind. And you should understand this because you are Australian, and the whole concept of parliamentary procedure and the whole precedent it comes off of is British. It comes from British precedent,
Gobies.
parliamentary British.
Gobies, please.
See, you're
What I
arguing about
know
something you don't
is
understand
when
at
I
all.
read the rules and it has session, it's very specifically talking about why the Senate is in session and not at any point.
Okay, but
ever.
again, you don't understand what the concept
Can you
of
agree to
parliamentary
that?
procedure is.
Okay,
You don't
can you
understand the
agree?
precedent that
Can you agree
any parliamentary
that
body
it's
exists in.
specific to session because it mentions session? Why else does it mention a session?
I don't know what you're talking about right now because you're not getting the point that there's a whole body of law behind parliamentary procedure that has existed for hundreds of years.
You're avoiding the question.
No, this is why there's a parliamentarian in each
You
house.
literally read the rule
there's
yourself,
hundreds of
and you
years of
literally said the
parliamentary
word
procedure.
session yourself when you read it. So the rule you literally read yourself, could you tell me what session in that
read
context
Rule
means?
13, privilege of the floor. The floor is also physical floor of the Senate. When you speak of the privilege of the floor, it's the same reason the House rules. They allow
you can kick
presidents and
people.
ex-representatives
You
on the
cannot
floor.
remove people yourself. Nothing says you can arrest people or remove them yourself, though, right? The rule you're using
That's
to
what
justify
parliamentary
that
precedent would
is
say.
under the
That's
sergeant
what
at arms.
parliamentary precedent
That's the
would
rule
say.
you're using to justify that you can arrest people yourself, right? Nothing in that says you could do that outside of a session. So I'm just confused why you're trying to rules lawyer me by saying Rule 13 when the rules are very clear. Like we both play the
US
game,
Code
Gobies.
6617.
Gobies,
US
I'm
Code
reading the rules.
6617.
I'm reading the rules you wrote, and they're very clear. They're not really.
Read the whole subchapter on the Sergeant at Arms of the Senate and U.S. Code that determines the powers of the Sergeant at Arms of the Senate.
Yo,
outside of the rules.
Jaggers.
All right, Rule 17 determines the Sergeant at Arms of the Senate, buddy.
Dude,
I'm gonna send you a
shut
DM.
up. You're not grasping the concept. Maybe you're just unintelligent. Like I
I'll be right back.
don't know how to help
T.
you.
No one cares, T. You're.
Anyways,
I just wanted to say this.
Next
Did you say
topic.
that you're trying to be nice to T and you're gonna give her half a month and now you're
wait,
saying
sorry,
all
what'd you
this?
say?
That makes no sense. You're saying how he's gonna give you another chance and how he actually supports you and feels bad for you, and then he does that.
It's like every day that guy is bipolar thing. He'll say like
he's a
"Oh,
mad
how
boy because he can't do anything without his daddy. Which he's not a serious person. Zovane's not a serious person. His one position Saturday ever was PPD, and he's very proud of that. But he has no relevance in anything besides when George comes along. That's why Nazin left George because he doesn't want to be like a hand up his ass kind of puppet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And really, like, it's the fact that both the MPD and Nazin both came out and said that they were doing shady shit that day, that they were going to do illegal things. It's a simple fact. But I have no contact with MPD. They're the ones that went to MPD to go get. They asked MPD arrest anyone that comes in the chamber. So of course, me
All right,
being the
I'm
president
gonna
of the
leave the
Senate,
call. All right, see you guys.
I'm gonna go and make sure that they're not having a session arresting everyone else that walks in. Like, what the fuck?
Idea.
They literally went to MPD and said, arrest everyone that comes into the Capitol building. Like, what? They expect me to just let them go have a private session with invite only to like 5 senators? That's crazy.
Jake, did you have any other talking points for this?
Hey.
Whoa! Wait! We gotta change the screen. Change the stream, bro. It's now with John. It's with John. It's not 100% less John
Finally, the
anymore.
show can get good. Jesus Christ! What's up, John? I'm just kidding, Jake. I'm kidding, dude. I'm fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, Jake didn't even ask. He just said, "Hey, John, I'm gonna do a Doom live. You good with it?" Sure, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Frick.
Yo, Jakers, you there?
Dear God.
That was a second ago.
Oh, John of Doom.
John, this is an exceptional opportunity. You got the president, the vice president, the
Oh,
speaker
hey,
of
John.
the house.
Well, given the situation, I'd rather not talk.
Bro, there's more people in the call than in the audience right now, bro.
Yeah, but only one guy involved in the car accident earlier today.
What?
What?
You good?
I mean, I'm good. Nobody was injured, but my car got totaled.
What happened?
I don't want to get into too specific details.
Okay, this is why I was
but-
filling in for John, by the way. This is why I was in for John.
Yeah, but I was turning after stopping, looking both ways, and this idiot driver didn't even see me.
Hey, man, I've had that happen before.
This is my first car accident, so I was,
Yeah,
I mean, especially
no,
given my
that's
condition,
understandable.
I was absolutely distraught. I don't even want to go into much details, but
Yeah, no, you're good, man.
this is why I haven't been on lately. I mean, I've been focusing on school, and now, given the emergency situation that's happened, I don't even want to touch this
you're
place.
good, man.
But anxious, PTSD, probably. I've contacted my therapist, but I'm without a car now.
Listen, man, you're gonna
insurance will
feel-
fight it out. I'll eventually get. You got arrested.
Oh, this is pre-recorded, John.
Oh, it was. Oh, we're live. Oh, but thankfully, I'm fine. The other driver was fine. I guess my reaction wasn't the best, given that I was like distraught. I don't even know how to say it.
I mean, I would probably be like that too. I'm gonna be completely real.
Yeah, I mean, literally, as soon as I got out, I mean, this is probably therapy for me, just talking about my most traumatic experience. Just, I was like, oh my God. I was like on the phone with everyone. Just,
You're probably gonna feel
I
shaky
didn't
for a
cause it.
few
I
days,
didn't cause it. The police say I didn't cause it at all. So
you're good then.
Yeah.
But insurance is gonna fight it. I think they're gonna try to make their insurance that I allegedly caused it, even though I didn't, and that's what the police are viewing. I stayed in my lane, so. But I don't want to drive again. But this is why you're probably gonna see a lot of doom in the next couple of days, with school as well, and all this stuff. I've been detached, but I'm perfectly fine. But I'm probably gonna need to take God, what is even happening? Why are we all here anyway? What were we talking about before?
Earlier, there was a GM report on the impeachment.
What was that all about? Because on the way home I saw something.
I personally think the most important thing that we established is that Zovain thinks furries are people.
No,
I think that's the most important thing we've established here today.
I mean, this was a fun
You're
Doom live. I'm hoping to do this again. Hopefully with more people. I feel like
yeah, let's end it here.
Send
We'll
it
see
here.
you.
Get the Rito show.
I might stay on
We'll see you
stage and
again
just
sometime.
screen share. Might go on DC, maybe commit some crimes.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. But I'm
Take it
ending
easy,
this
John.
thing. Bye.
I'd like to apologize.